Hello everyone, my name is Mitchell Coleman and I'm going to be starting my series on relationship advice, and I'm going to be sharing the do's and the don'ts, and a lot of this is just going to be through my experience in good relationships, bad relationships, and I'm just hoping that I can help other people achieve the highest potential they can in their relationships. Because for me, relationships have been pretty much the downfall of a lot of negative things that have happened in my life. And it's kind of hard for me to talk about these things, but I figure I'm going to just start sharing them. And I've been thinking about this for a while and where to start, because there's so many avenues to go down in a relationship and so much searching into our psyche and who we are and why we do what we do. And I'm just very interested in all of this, and for me it's a good way of healing, and just like me in recovery, it's a good way for me to possibly help someone else in their relationship. And I'm not a doctor in the field, but I will be going down that route very soon because it has affected my life greatly, and I can't think of a better way to do it than to just dive into it. So I'm going to be reading what I wrote down about what I'm expecting to get from these videos I'm gonna make, and there's gonna be so many subjects. I think it will never end because it's a never-ending thing. But I hope you guys enjoy this, and I'm gonna read down what I wrote because I don't quite have the memorization of everything I wrote. First, I just want to say that when I talk about anything when it comes to relationships, do's and don'ts, I'm going off my personal experiences. I will never try to hold anyone from my past accountable for the failures I have made during my relationships. I hold myself accountable for all the decisions I made that led to the jealousy, mistrust, miscommunication, and eventually the end of my personal and intimate relationships. No matter what has happened at any time in a relationship, ultimately, it is me who controls how I'll react. I will talk about things that I will talk about the things the person did that led to my actions and reactions, only because I hope to show the flaws in my own judgment. Never to point fingers or try to place blame anywhere else. Relationships with females have been by far some of the best moments in my life, and also the most devastating. Anyone that has went through a bad breakup knows the feeling of absolute sadness and hopelessness, whether you're the breakupper or the breakupee. To have a connection with someone and be so open with them, leaving yourself completely vulnerable, is a trust like none other. When it's over, it can be such a shock that it's a feeling similar to the death of a close friend, family member, or loved one. During one of my recent breakups, I was completely broken. I had to sit in my head and imagine every horrible thing about myself that could have led to the breakup. It was the worst moment I could remember in my adult life, from going to anger and hatred for the ex to the exact same feelings about myself. I found so many videos and books to help me get through that and actually use the dark time to see what I need to become. Trying to navigate my mind and my automatic responses to any given situation has been the hardest and most eye-opening mission I have ever been on. As a recovering addict, I have now been made aware through my mistakes of what to do and what not to do in my relationships. Because once I quit drinking and using, I had no wall I could put up to hide behind. I couldn't numb my inner self to the truth of the problem, which was me, or at least I thought it was me. Really, it was a personality that I had put together for 39 years. That personality was the thick black fog that clouded my judgment and kept prisoner my true inner self. Just like things we have done while under the influence of drugs or alcohol, any recovered person knows that was not their true self. Though I'm sober, I have still been under the influence of a very toxic and misdirected personality. So just like in recovery, I have to admit I am powerless over my personality at times, and I need to seek the help I require to be the person I know myself to be. Once again, this is not meant to shame anyone or point fingers at anyone. This is meant to help myself heal from a lot of trauma and regret. But more importantly, help others who are going through the breakup, on the verge of a breakup, or in a great relationship and just want to always keep it moving forward with the intentions of growing in love together. helping each other become even better. We have to be in love with ourselves first if we hope to grow in love with another. I hope some of my failures can be sneak peeks to some of you that are in a relationship. I'm just learning as I go. We all make mistakes, but are we just repeating them or are we learning from them? That's your choice. So I'm just going to go off on a lot of different subjects because for me, a lot of these decisions and things that I've done in past relationships that have ruined them does come down to decisions, my decisions. And I do know my true self, and my true self is an empath, and it is a person that cares. And the most important thing to me in this world is love and respect. And we really just need to figure out why we do these things we do. And there are some great examples and things that I will teach you guys that I'm learning right now that will open your eyes to certain things you've done that you can't quite figure out why you've done them. And again, this doesn't take away what you've done. This doesn't mean that person ever has to forgive what you've done or anything like that. This just means that you can grow as a person. This means you don't have to live inside of that person anymore, because that isn't you. You can grow and move on. And in this short life, how long do you want to sit in that feeling? And do you want to just carry this excess baggage into another relationship? And I don't, because I have done it. And to repeat the same thing, we all know is insanity. And I, for one, am not going to do that anymore. And I am happy I understand this now. Unfortunately, there's things that have happened prior where people have been hurt. And I will always regret that, but I will not live in the shame of it, because that isn't who I am. And again, all it can take is one thing to absolutely ruin everything. And it's very important, you know, and what I can teach you guys through my mistakes is going to be very, very important. But just like any advice, any good advice that we've all gotten, a lot of times we end up doing what we shouldn't have and regret not using that advice. So hopefully this helps you guys, and hopefully you do take to heart what I'm gonna try to say. And again, it is just our choice, and I hope these videos help you guys. I hope you can reflect on some of this with me and give me some of your input, because this is going to be very, very good, very interesting, and again, exciting. You know, I wish you guys the best, and I'm looking forward to sharing these videos with you guys and welcome you on my journey through my thought process and through my relationships, and how connected it is to everything. Everything is so connected to all of this, and it's just very important, and it's hard to talk about. You know, this has taken me a while to even get this part of the videos going, you know, because I don't know where to start. I have so much stuff I've been writing down and so many books I've been reading, and I will share all those books with you guys and what I'm getting from them, and in hopes that it'll help you. And that's all I got for now, and I look forward to sharing all this with you, and hope you enjoy this series.